Okay, so now that we've got the extra detail added on the ends of the parapet there, we need to use a different tool to add in these blocks on top of those steps, because that can't be done just by editing the wall. We've got to add in some custom modelling. And so to do that, you've got to use a different tool, which I'll choose after going maybe to a view from above. So the site plan there shows the steps from above, and then we can see pretty clearly where the shape needs to go. So when we're doing this, we're going to need to switch between those two views, 3D, so that we can see all of the geometry, and especially the surface on the top that we need to draw from, because we need to draw at different heights. And then we need to go to site so that we can see it from above and clearly line that shape up with the edges. And that's a common technique you need to use in Revit, switching between views while you're making a single thing. So I'm going to go to the under architecture, the little arrow next to component, and choose model in place. And so I know it might seem like a bit of an obscure tool, but trust me, it's one that you'll use all the time. So once you choose model in place, it'll ask you for a category. So you've got a big long list of all the different sorts of things you have in a project. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll find walls, and that would be obviously the category for what we're making. Oh, great, you found my role. Yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers. Okay, so make sure you choose walls for the category, click OK, and give it a name. Yeah, you can call it whatever you like, really. I'm going to call it Parapet Steps. Or Parapet Step, yep, Capstones or blocks or something would be fine as well. It's really just for you. No one else is going to see this name. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And then you'll see the tools that you're going to be using for most of the things you'll make that you've designed. And so I'll just take you through. I'm not going to show you all of them, but just want to get you to start familiarising yourselves with them. On the Create tab, we'll notice firstly, you don't have an architecture tab anymore. So it changes the tabs to a simpler set of tools because you don't need to make as many things when you're making your own family. And if you're not sure that's what you're doing here, you're making a family, a custom family. And so there you should see extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, swept blend. So they're all of your solid modelling tools that let you create your own 3D forms. And so the one we're going to use is extrusion. So I'm going to just click on that. And then we want to draw a rectangle on the top of this step here. But how do we set the height? How does Revit know how high we're making this shape? So one way is to use set. So on the main ribbon there, you should see right at the end there's a button called set. So make sure you have clicked on the extrusion button, and you should have all of the shapes just next to that in the draw panel. And then by clicking on set, it'll give you a dialog box work plane, and you need to choose pick a plane there, and then just click OK. Okay, so once you've done that, pick a plane, click OK, then, this is really important, you need to highlight that step that you want to draw on. No, because we're choosing pick a plane, which will ignore that, yeah. Okay, so there, yep, just make sure it highlights that that surface. And then, no, you have to click, yeah, and then click. Yep, that's right. So once you click, it'll disappear. So if you're not sure, just do it again. So if you click on set, I'll do it again. Exactly, it will, yep. It shouldn't matter what it says here. Don't worry about that. Just make sure you choose pick a plane, because we're ignoring that option. We're not using name. So yeah, so with pick a plane, I'll click OK again, and then highlight that surface, and click. And now another way of checking to see if it's right is clicking on the button next to set. You'll see it'll say show. Right, so the button there. Yep. If you click on that show button, then you should see the plane on that surface, and you can orbit to check where it is. Yep, so that's right. Just click on set again, and then pick a plane, click OK, and then choose the surface. Yeah, you're just going to move the cursor around until it highlights the part you need. Yeah, no, you've clicked on the draw button. Just click on set. So to get rid of that line, yeah, and then click on set. Pick a plane, click OK, and then highlight. That's it, click, done. That's it. That's right, it should be like that. So click on show if you're not sure, and then you'll see the grid. Yeah. So yeah, so it's fun. So there what you're doing is picking up your drawing plane and placing it on a different surface. So it's like you're picking your drawing board up and putting it on that part of the wall. So now, if you want to, you can draw the rectangle in that view. But it's a bit fiddly when you're drawing sometimes, but oh no, I think we can do it. So if you just click on the rectangle button in the draw panel, you should be able to snap on the corner of the step there. Even with show still on, you can do this. And then go to the diagonally opposite corner so that you've got a rectangle that is traced exactly over that surface. No, that's right, onto the building, yeah, that's right.
And then snaps again.
Exactly, yep. Yep. And you can turn show off if you like. You don't need to have the grid visible. Doesn't hurt, but sometimes gets in the way. So then to adjust that, it's going to be easier now to go to the site view, like I was showing you before, because then we can see it from above. So make sure you know about the site plan in your floor plans. Scrolling up, you'll always have site if you've used the right template. And here now, I'm going to use a bit of judgment to work out the projection. Again, we're not building this wall again, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but let's say it's going to say 30 mil. Okay, so it's a good chance to show another little trick with these drawing tools. So you've got in the modify panel, offset button, same icon as AutoCAD. So the second button from the top. And so once you click on offset, then you'll see below it'll give you the offset value, which will make 30. And then next to that you've got copy. So think about the way offset works in AutoCAD. It copies the objects automatically, and that's usually a good thing. But here, if we turn copy off, then pick one of the lines, instead of copying it to the left, it's going to move it to the left 30 mil. So that's a really quick way of stretching things out, and notice it keeps it connected. So I can just choose the 3 edges where I want it to come out. And so then we just need to think about the height. And what did we say last week was the height of a So it was about 300 or more. Yeah. $300 sounds about right. We can adjust it afterwards. $350, okay. So then this stone might be about $250. So, or maybe $300. So to set the height, if it's still on offset, it'll be greyed out. So you'll see it in properties over on the left. It'll say extrusion start 0 and extrusion end 250. But it's greyed out because we're still using offset. So if you press escape twice, if you have to cancel any commands, and then you can change extrusion end to let's just try 300. When you click on the tick, that'll make the extrusion that height. It's that easy. So you've got an extra line somewhere. Yeah, if you get a message. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. That's right. Yep. I don't know. Maybe just undo and then just try doing the offset again. I think might be the easiest way.
So then, you know, on that plane there,
Yep.
I tried to offset that, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh, good. Yeah, so good because you don't want that one offset.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'll just repeat that a little bit faster, and then I'll let you just keep repeating because it's basically going to be the same thing except the top one, which is different, and I'll show you how to do that afterwards. So
But then you can't just do this line and do it.
you could, but it's good practice just to try doing it repeatedly. Yep.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they are. That's right. Because you've done them just by eye, they will be slightly different. That's exactly right. Oh, that's okay. So we can adjust it. Yep. That's fine. You can easily come back and adjust it. Yeah. So you've just got an extra line somewhere, and so you might just undo back to draw it again, and. Yep. So just redo. Just click on redo. And then try finishing it there. So yeah, so it's even, I think you've drawn 2 rectangles maybe. That's all I can think could have happened. Because it's not working there, so there must be something wrong even at that point. Yeah, exactly, yep. Okay, so just to show you the process again. So now I want this next step. So I'm going to click set, pick a plane, click OK. Highlight the next surface and click, then extrusion, and I'll just draw with the rectangle tool in the 3D view, should be okay. Now I showed you that it's easier to see the change in the site plan, but you could still use offset in a view like this. So that's what I'll do this time. Oops. Oh, I'll have a look at it. So. Okay, so you can see that it's sticking out on the 3 sides, but not on the 4th.
Pick a plane, extrusion, rectangle, and then offset.
Yep.
I think I know what it is. I do the offset on the edge.
Yeah, that should, but it should still work at that point.
Offset only on the 3 edges, right?
Yeah, but if it's not working there, there's another problem. So I think you've got to just zoom out. I think you must have another line somewhere. Yeah, that shouldn't really matter. But anyhow, so I'll have a look at it in a sec. So I'll just finish this one, and notice it's kept the same height, so I don't need to keep typing that in. And so again, just a little bit faster this time. Set, pick a plane, OK. Next surface, extrusion, rectangle, and offset to 3, tick. So I've done those 3, and it's a good idea then to do the other 3, but just make sure that you go back to the Create tab each time to make a new extrusion. Don't click Finish Model until you've finished all of them. So on the Create tab here, you can go back to Extrusion. Don't go and use Model in place over and over again to make new ones.
Okay.
So only click Finish Model when you've done all 6 of them. So here you can see it says finish model, which will take me. Yeah, select the step you've made, the block you've made. Does it say create? Yeah, so select the block you've made and then choose edit and place up the top, and that'll take you back into it. So I'll show you that. So if I click finish model, but then I want to make the others, I can select any of those and choose edit and place, and it takes me back into it. So I can add more extrusions on the create tab.
So you're saying, would you go back like that Revit and model and place each brick?
No. Don't do that.
In the one.
In all the one, exactly. That's right, yeah. Yeah. So I'll finish that.